Welcome back, everyone. Stereo from Stereo Gaming here. Today we're doing Siege of Orgrimmar Part 3, the Underhold. Let's get right into it.
Nazgrim has failed us. Corcoran, destroy these intruders.
Now, the achievement that requires for the next boss coming up actually requires you to bring the Skull Splitter with you alive. And he needs to be hit by a certain ability by the boss, and I believe he'll transform, and then you have to kill him. Now, Malorok here is the first boss of the Underhold. Okay, we start with the Age of Miasma. It fills the room, absorbing all healing, but creating an aching barrier that absorbs damage equal to the amount of healing absorbed, so a cap of 100% of maximum health. In addition, it inflicts shadow damage every 2 seconds. Now, this aging barrier, whenever it absorbs healing, it creates a barrier on the player. Basically, if you get healed while this is up, you actually get a shield. So basically, the healers need to keep this shield up at all times. So basically, you get a shield, but if you lose health, you lose health. But you need the shield to stay on you pretty much mostly through the whole fight. But since we're on Mythic, we have another ability. Essence of Yasharak. The miasma force orbs of corruption every 3 seconds, which will persist throughout the fight. Now, if a player comes in contact with this orb, it is removed, but it also removes ancient barrier and inflicting shadow damage to them. So those with the highest HP should be the ones eating these orbs. Now, he also has this ability known as Endless Rage. He gets rage over time when he's not in a blood rage. Now, when he hits 100, he absorbs all the ancient miasma and there's a blood rage. So when that happens, the healers need to get everyone back to full 100%. Now, blood rage is deadly here. When he gets 100 rage, he'll enter his blood rage, causing each melee attack to inflict massive physical damage split among all enemies hit. So everyone needs to group up in order to negate this damage. Now, while he's in blood rage, he'll lose 5 rage every second, and when he has no rage. When he expires, the ancient miasma comes back into play. While he's in his blood rage, energy will arc off his body, afflicting players with this ability known as Displace Energy. It is a magic effect, so when Displace Energy expires, it explodes outward, inflicting shadow damage to allies within distance who are not afflicted with Displace Energy. Now, in Mythic, this actually will root you as well. Relentless Assault is when he loses blood rage, he gains this, increasing all damage done by 25, and this will stack. So this is more of a speed fight as well as a healing fight. Now, the Might of the Corcoran. These are some of his abilities. Arcing Smash, he'll fix a random player, do an overhead attack, inflicting physical damage and a cone in front of him. Seismic Slam, he'll slam the ground, inflicting physical damage to everyone within a radius, knocking all injured targets to the air. With this comes abilities on Mythic, known as, when he does this, Living Corruption will ooze out the ground and attack. Living Corruption will weaken all players within 8 yards of this, reducing their movement and casting speeds. The Breath of Yasharag, he'll channel this in an area, causing arcing smacks to explode, inflicting shadow damage. Imploding Energy He'll open a tear of dark energy, inflicting shadow damage to all players within distance after 4 seconds. Now, if it doesn't actually hit anyone, it'll actually inflict shadow damage to everyone. So someone's gonna have a tank needs to take that. Fatal Strike is something tanks need to be aware of. His melee attacks will fatally ruin the target, reducing their damage by 10 for 30 seconds. Which really is not bad. Now, if it was a healing reduction, yeah, it'd be bad. Now, Eradicate, if he's not defeated in 6 minutes, he will immediately kill everyone in the raid. So let's get into this fight.
I will never fail the war chief.
As you can see, this is the barrier we're talking about. It has 3 faces: red, yellow, and green. As you can see,
To die for the war chief is an honor.
basically healers gotta make sure no one stays in the red ancient barrier buff there. You always want to stay within the yellow or green with that buff when you're fighting that boss.
Garrosh be concealed in a whole hidden base. Where did his lust for power take him?
We will soon find out. He is cornered like a rat in one of these corridors. What should we do next?
Bane, you and your warriors hold this junction. These heroes should forge ahead and flush the war chief out of
I
hiding.
heard you coming a mile away.
What about you?
People be dying up above. The city is in chaos. I'm gonna finish it. Stop the bloodshed. I'll come back for
They
ya.
never see me coming.
Very well.
It's gonna be fine, Bane. We're gonna find Thor. Gonna kill the war chief. Gonna avenge your father.
Earth Mother, protect you, Vulcan.
Dark spear never die.
I always liked watching that cutscene there. Well, not a cutscene, but a scene itself. Now we're actually going to head to the next 2 bosses of the Underhold, which are the last 2 here, known as the Spoils Pandaria and Torok the Bloodthirsty. But we got to get through the next room here to get to them. Now this room coming up, as you can see, there's cannons and such, so you have to slowly make your way through this, destroying everything. But more importantly, you gotta make sure these guys don't get to the big old crates, or you'll be dealing with something known as a shredder, which are a real big pain in this part of the fight area.
I need to get closer.
As you see, they're trying to open the shredder crate. Now, if you kill them just as the crate's opening, you actually get rid of the crate and the chance of the shredder coming out. So that would actually neutralize one of their spawns. Now you see, it is still locked, so we can't go through.
It's too far away.
We're actually going to go through this door, which will take us to the last two bosses here.
I'm out of range.
Now this ad here, just burn him down as fast as possible. He will summon in ads to assist him here and there. Now to activate the spoils, you just gotta talk to this little treasure chest, but we're gonna bring this up real fast. Now, during this fight, on Mythic, we have an ability known as Unstable Spark. In the last-ditch effort, it's animated by Titan Energy. I'll leap over distant quadrant and attempt to kill supernova. If it casts, it does nature damage to everyone, so it needs to be killed ASAP. Also, during this time, there are helpful ads, you could say, during this. One for tanks known as the Brewmaster Spirit, which, defeated, he'll boo all tank rolls with attacks that will cause a bolt of lightning to come down, inflicting nature damage to all enemies within distance and stun them. It could bypass immunities to stun and has a 15-second cooldown. For healers, the Mistwalker will give you the Staff of Resonating Water. It causes heals to create a wave of force traveling 40 yards, and any targets in the wave's path will be healed. It also will do nature damage. The wave dissipates after 2 seconds, and it has an 8-second cooldown. Now for DPS, the Windwalker will give you Claws of Burning Anger. It will imbue all damage dealers, causing their attacks to cause fire damage, and it has a 5-second cooldown. The simple part of this fight is you need to defeat ads from crates you break open to fill up a bar in order to activate a switch to move on further in this fight. So let's get into it and you'll see how it goes.
Hey, we recording? Yeah? Okay. Goblin Titan control module starting up. Please stand back. Checking out the datas. Hold on a second, will you? No. No, you didn't. That was really not the correct input code. Activating GB 11010 Armageddon class defense systems. Hey, does anybody know if we're zoned for this?
I need to get closer. I need to target something first.
We are the sword in the shadows.
I'm out of range.
Now, you see there's actually a timer up there that you gotta do this. On solo, it's pretty easy to do. The bigger the crate, the more override power you'll get.
Initiating system reset. Module 1 at 50%. Hey, system reset requires 2 modules to complete.
It's too far away. I'm out of range.
Here I see Brewmaster. Ah, there we go. I see we got the Blade of 100 Steps.
It's too far away.
ones all prepared for system reset.
And see, the timer gets reset, and then you gotta do the same thing on this side. You just gotta make sure you remember that you gotta hit the switch once the bar's full. That's pretty much a reminder, because I've seen people do without hitting the switch.
Initiating system reset. Module 2 at 50%. Hey, system reset requires 2 modules to complete.
I see there was the unstable spark. I didn't get over to it in time for you to see it, but those need to die ASAP. At least back then they did.
Module 2's all prepared for system reset. Security system deactivated. Welcome back, Siegecrafter Black Fuse. Have a great day, and don't let the door hit you on the way out.
We're gonna head down this. Will be the last boss of the Underhold of Siege of Orgrimmar. Turok Bloodthirsty. Just a quick side note: if you're a Beastmaster Hunter, you can actually tame this guy right here. Now, as you see, he is an armored Devilsaur, of course. And he has 2 phases, one known as Cry of Darkness and phase 2 known as Frenzy for Blood. Stage 1, he'll have Feels for More, which he'll roar, inflicting physical damage in a frontal cone. It also inflicts terror in the hearts of the players, making them take more damage per stack. Deafening Stream, when he gets full energy, he'll let out a cry, doing physical damage to all enemies and interrupting spellcasts. Every time he does this ability, his energy regen goes up even faster. Tail Lash. Just basically don't stand behind him and you won't get hit. If you do get hit by this, you take a good chunk of physical damage and then you get stunned. Shock Blast. Electricity arcs and snaps around his shock color, inflicting nature damage to random players. Now, Bloodied. If a player falls below 50% health, he can smell their blood, and at least half the players in the raid are within 10 yards. Want to know what Bloody? It'll cause him enter Blood Frenzy, which is phase 2. Now, Blood Frenzy, he gets hungry and knocks away all enemies in the front. Any enemies are caught within reach of his terrible maul are instantly killed. And he will get speed increase during this. But he's also immune to taunt, so you can't save no one. He'll have Fixate, and he will fixate on distant players. Now, the jailers here will come out, and you need to kill them in order to get these keys that will drop to unleash other things. Now, on Mythic, ads will come out on their own. A Starving Yeti and a Cave Bat. Now, during this time, when you get the keys off the jailers, you use them to free these ads here. The War Master, the Water Speaker, and Urak. They'll basically attack big old Dino there, and this will end up causing him to get out of Blood Frenzy. So you need to kill these ads here, the jailers, ASAP.
It's busting out of the cage. I'm the shot caller. Get that thing under control.
Now there's actually an achievement which requires you
causing a riot in here.
to free this guy. But you need 3 keys to free him. And once he's free, you need to kill the boss and let him feed upon the corpse.
Deal with the devil saw first, then we'll lock the rest up.
Now, for hunters, if you tame this, I don't know if you actually get credit for beating him or you end up kind of bugging the instance out. But we'll see. Now, you get close to him, he's going to kill these guys, I believe. Yep. We got some tier gear. Well, that was the Underhold part of Siege of Orgrimmar. Stereo from Stereo Gaming here, asking you to please like, subscribe, and share these videos. Also, go check out that Twitch channel of mine. Until then, guys and gals, I'll see you in the next video.